was a little Paul Desmond for you. Later played by Dave Brubeck, but. To me as you go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. Although this weight is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it will all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons that fill you with fear. Trouble might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it will all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons that fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Thanks, guys. Oh, aren't we just so lucky? Aren't we so blessed to have our musicians? Wow, you guys. I love that song. It's amazing. Good morning, everybody. Good morning out there in cyberspace. Let's beam some love to our cyber watchers. Hi, guys. I'm Edie Crane. I'm one of your prayer chaplains here. And it is my delight to welcome you into this space, this sacred, sacred space. And so let's begin our time, as we always do, with our prayer. So, close your eyes if you would like. Deep breath. Allow the breath to center you as we let the busyness of our lives just fall away. And allow ourselves to be in this present moment, in this space of love, in this space of kindness. in a space of wisdom, in a space where we lift one another up. We hold out the very highest and best for one another and for the world in this space. And this love goes out. And we may never know how far it goes, but we know that our intention is to lift and love. And especially this day, we lift up all the mothers and mother figures on the planet. We call up that energy of the mother, the sacred, sacred mother. And in this love, we hold our planet, for she is everyone's mother. We hold ourselves. We hold our fellow humans. We hold the planet in our love. We feel this love in every fiber of our being, every minute of every day. And for this, we are so, so grateful that we get to love. So it is. Amen. And so, those of you, anybody here brand new? Anybody? Well, welcome to our space. And we have some little welcome packets on the back table there. Any questions, just come and find one of us. We hope you enjoy your time. Those of you who are first timers on cyberspace, we have a wonderful website. And we encourage you to go to that to get all kinds of good information about us. And you can also drop us an email at the admin email address to welcome everybody. This is also a fabulous time to silence your cell phones. Yeah, so just take a peek on your phone, make sure it's quiet. And we're going to highlight, every week we highlight one of our core values and our vision and our missions. And today we're highlighting our love in action core value. This is no coincidence that it's Mother's Day. Let's affirm this together. As a spiritual practice, we generously engage in heart-centered and ongoing service, outreach, and giving within Unity of Gaithersburg and beyond. Just feel that. That is one of the things we're about here in this community. So thank you for sharing that with me. And now we have a guest speaker. Rev Kelly Isola, one of our SCE faculty, will be sharing a pre-recorded message with us today, and she is amazing. You will enjoy her very much. And her topic is home, more than where the heart is. So we'll have that a little bit later. She'll be doing the video and the meditation as well. So we'll have a good treat with Reverend Kelly. And guess what? It's time to sing. Woohoo! Take it away, guys.
Well, we're going to try a new congregational again, because we're full of adventure here. So, and it's from the 60 Songs for Social Change, Conscious Music for an Awakening World. This is called In the Name of Love, and you will sing with us on the chorus. It's really easy. We'll go over the chorus. There's actually two parts to the chorus, and it goes like this. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. You can try that with me. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. And then it says, when the day is done, we will sing this song, all is one, in the name of love. Awesome. And then here's the second part. And we'll keep one more slide. Yes, here's the second part. It's just in the name of love. In the name of love. And try that part with me. In the name of love. In the name of love. I think we're ready. All right. Decorate this place as it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. Here it is. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all in one, in the name of love, name of love. May we always be seeking out the best, till we all are free, living in a world we've been dreaming of, when we stand as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the veil is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. 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 When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. Well, the day is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. 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 Awesome job. That was by Jamie Lula and Gary Lynn Floyd. Cool. Yeah.
All righty. We're ready for transformation here. Hi, we're ready for transformations here. And the first one is, yes, the Caring Cottage fundraiser and supply drive for youth in foster care. So in this month of May, we're sponsoring a fund and supply drive for a local nonprofit, Comfort Cases. Personalized backpacks loaded with personal care items, with appropriate comfort items by age. Great. Community outreach. And this is...
Pick a party.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yes, here we are.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Pick a
Hi.
party.
Pick a party. 1, 2, 3. Pick a party. Hi, everybody. You should have received an email with lots of pick a party instructions. Has everybody seen that email? For those getting emails, has everybody read the email that you've gotten? People up in cyberspace. Okay, so, and for those of you who are not on our mailing list, please go to our webpage and click on Pick a Party. So this is in place of our, thank you, woo, just go on. This is in place of our auctions. It's gonna be our big fundraiser this year, and it's gonna kick off Memorial Day and run through the summer, and it's our chance to build community and create prosperity for unity. So there are 3 ways to do it. One is to register to host a party. We have through May 15th for people to register. In that letter you receive, there's a link. Just click on it to host a party. And today, I believe Jill Robbins, after she's done with Sunday school, is going to be in the back. If you want help registering for a party, you can meet with her and she can help you do it. You don't have to know exactly when and what. Doesn't have to have all the details. Just if you have an idea for a type of party you want to host, you'll sign up with Jill. Also, our team is here. Jerry, Mike, Al, Jill is in Sunday school. Jean is at home. Did I forget anybody? Okay. So number 2 is if you just want to donate, you don't want to host a party, but you want to donate to either, I talked about the square dance. Oh, here are the parties. Oh, you want to put them up for a second again? This slide? Is it? Okay, square dancing party. We have a bonfire campfire. We have miniature golf, open mic night. Wouldn't that be fun? Dinner on the patio, mini auction. Something that just came through, I think Brad is going to sponsor a game night. Anyway, you can see there's all these different great party ideas, and then what's going to happen on Eventbrite, you're going to sign up, you're going to buy a ticket to attend one of the parties, and that's how we're raising funds for Unity. Does that make sense, everybody? Everyone? Okay. So let's just say you don't have a space. You don't want to host a party yourself, but you want to participate. There's a link in that letter to contact us, and I can connect people. So if somebody has like a outdoor, they can do a projection screen, but they don't have a space, or they don't want to give a space to do it, but they have the screen, but somebody has a great backyard, I can get you together and we can have like a movie night. Or if you just want to help some of these parties, the square dancing party and the miniature golf party, we need people to help set up, clean up, stay at the door to check tickets. So if you just want to help and donate your time, you don't want to, please help us that way. And you can click the third link in that letter, which is to contact me for more information. So there are 3 ways to help. Host a party, donate to a party. Oh, did I talk about the donating? Just the second link is donate. And whatever money, like if we need money to rent a space for the square dancing, that's where the donations will go. And then over and above, you'll just be donating to our fundraiser. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of energy in the team, and we hope everybody can participate and just even come to a party. Come to as many parties as you want to create fellowship and fun, and bring your friends, bring your family. The miniature golf, I'm going to make it as an end-of-the-year party for my daughter's school friends. So there's a lot of ways we can open these parties up to the community and just have a lot of fun with it. So Jill will be here. Any of us on our team will be here if you have any questions. And thank you for sharing your time, talent, and treasure with Unity of Gaithersburg.
Thank you. Thank you. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right. Well, next month is SEE. And how many years is it been? 25, 26? Something like that. Anyway, we've been doing this steady every year. And it's an excellent place if you're new to Unity to get a good grounding in Unity principles. And if you have your eye on a licensed teacher or a ministry, this is the place to start. So the instructors include Reverend Paul Hasselback, and others.
Greetings.
Oh, there he is.
This is the Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck, and I'm delighted to be with you to share the wonderful news that I am teaching once again for Unity of Gaithersburg during their Spiritual Education and Enrichment Week. They're calling it this time, Awakening to Our Oneness. And I'll be teaching from my book, Heart-Centered Metaphysics. In this book, there are 4 sections, and I'll be teaching from 2 sections in it. Metaphysics 1 is the first section. Metaphysics 2 is the second section. And whether you're an advanced spiritual student or just a beginning explorer, there's wonderful information I want to share with you, not only on the level of knowledge, but in practical application. In Metaphysics 1, we explore things like life is consciousness, self-knowledge, meditation, prayer, and lots more. In Metaphysics 2, we look at some of the other basics, like what's God? What are you, or who are you? Let's look at Jesus, looking at our threefold nature, spirit, soul, body. And again, much more. You can learn some really wonderful things that you can apply to your daily life as you're going along on practical feet to spiritually grow. I hope you'll consider joining me, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, so there we have it. That's great. Again, next month is the month for SEE. So after the service today, we have online prayer, we have in-person chaplain, Edie, and online chaplain Cynthia. And the daily word today is Mother's Blessing. Mother's Blessing. And let's say this together. I bless all mothers everywhere. The word mother brings to mind love, gentleness, nurturance, and compassion. And if I did not experience these qualities from the woman who gave me the life, I give thanks for them in everyone who has inspired me and touched my life. To my mother and everyone who has blessed me with a mother's care, I send you love. I say a prayer of thanks for your presence in my life, for the sacrifices you made to give me the opportunity to grow and learn. You taught me the power of love and gentleness and the strength found in giving. You taught me above all to be true to myself. You're a leader who has taught me to lead by example. I send you thoughts of infinite love and peace as I join with others in gratitude and joy today. In Proverbs 31:26, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue.
Home is where the heart is, I think. At least that's what I've been told, that home is where the heart is. But you know what? I'm not sure how true that is. I think home is more than where the heart is. But very often, what I want to talk about and what I'm thinking about in terms of home is, where do you come from? How often have we heard that? Where do you come from? Where do you live? Where are you from? Not just where do you come from, but where are you from? Which I think sometimes can sound even like, where are you from? Like, which planet are you from? Have you ever used it? I've used it sarcastically. I'm going to guess others have. Like, where are you from? When someone doesn't even, you're like, wow, I thought we thought the same on some things and not so much. So where are you from is also where's your home? Like, where's your brain? Where are you at? Where's your heart, right? It sounds like such a simple question, but it's not. It's really not. It has never been a simple question. I just think we're slowly becoming aware that the more simple we think the question is, actually, the more complicated the answer can be. So where do you come from? Where are you from? You know, meaning kind of like, where's your home? It can mean a lot of different things. It can mean, where were you born, raised, where were you educated? And then, of course, that answer is so much more. If I think that's what you mean, I'm going to respond, and that may not be what you meant. I can remember, growing in school every year, as you're growing up at the first day of school, in each class, the teacher would start down the attendance list and, be reading names. And I always knew when she got to mine, one, because, at some point, your alphabet. So, my last name starts with an I, and I can hear going through the alphabet. But I also got to my name when you say the first name, and then you can hear crickets. While it's only 5 letters, it starts with a vowel, it ends with a vowel, and it starts with the letter I. So people look at it and they don't even, I'm going to just guess. So there is the element to my name, my last name, that indicates where I'm from, potentially. So where do you come from, right? Where's your home? It just was always a way it was a reminder that, yes, I was born here in the U.S. and raised in the U.S., and yet there's so much more to me of where do I come from? It could mean, where do you pay your taxes? Another thing for me growing up, at one place that we lived in New York, we paid our taxes to the town of Blooming Grove. Our mailing address was for the town of Chester. And our phone number, it used to be that the first 3 digits of a phone number indicated what town you lived in. And so the first 3 digits of our phone number was for the town of Monroe. And then the police that once in a while would drive through the rural neighborhood was from a different town. So the phone number, the address, where you pay your taxes, and which town police department took care of, the neighborhood, all different places. So where do I come from? I don't know. Where are you from? Much bigger question, which is, where's your home? And I think a lot of us struggle with where is home. Often when I ask people where is home, they'll refer to a beloved. You're watching this and listening to this on May 8th. And today happens to be 20 years ago today that my beloved died. And he has always been my home. When someone would say, where's home? I would know it was Frank. Frank was home. And I hear a lot of those stories that whether or not they're even if the person is deceased or divorced or they were just, soul friends kind of thing, that we think of people as home, right? As the place to go. So where do you come from can also mean what's the place that goes deepest inside you? Or when I hear where home is where the heart is, it maybe it's not always where my heart is. And the reason I say that is as I'm like rattling off these questions, which place goes deepest inside you? Where do you pay your taxes? What's your mailing address? Where were you born, raised, and educated? I have a different answer for every single one of those. And yet they all point to, kind of where I'm from, the home. Many of us have had a home associated with our parents, as I said, or associated with partners. Could be a connection to a place of where you would like to be, right? The place that you dream of being. That may be home. You may have never even been there before, but it's a place that you dream of being. And there's a whole lot of other aspects or elements to us that make up where we quote unquote come from or home. So it's, we spend our life taking pieces from all these different places, different relationships, different connections, from dreams, things that haven't even happened yet, from our imagination, from lived experiences. And whether or not the lived experiences are full of joy or maybe have some suffering with them, we put those together and we become this stained glass whole. We become this stained glass whole that depending on how the light strikes, you see different colors, you see different prisms, you see different reflections. And the same is true for every single person. Right? I look at a person and there is so much more beyond what I can see and what I can know. So home isn't really where my heart is. Home really is more like a work in progress. It's more like a project, right? Like this old house. It's a project that I'm constantly having upgrades or improvements or corrections or take this down, clean out the attic, or the basement or store things in this room. And, it's always this work in progress. And I don't even like the word work, but it's just there's always something emerging. There's always evolving. It's really less to do with a place of, a piece of earth, geographically, a piece of soil. And it really has more to do with a piece of our soul, because that's something that home is and that is always emerging. So so when I say it's a work in progress, it's less about home, the noun, and more about homecoming. It's more about a homecoming because it's always moving, it's always emerging, it's always unfolding because we are, right? So when someone asks me, where's your home or where do you come from? I still think of Frank and I think of so much more. When people say, well, where did you grow up? And I want to go, well, what year are you talking about? what grade you're referring to, or I'll somewhere in the middle of a conversation with someone, I'll just throw something out about, time in Afghanistan or in Kenya. And I keep going and they stop me and go, wait, back up. And then they want to hear more of the story. That's a homecoming, right? I'm telling you a piece of me, and more of me is emerging, right? More of these facets of who I am. So where do I come from? Where am I from is really more about me, my identity, and how I've become this stained glass piece of art that's always, emerging, always kind of adding some pieces of different colors. It really got very clear for me about maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I found myself, very long story, but without a home, the physical, right? How often do we think about home as the building, right? The 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, et cetera, or studio apartment, or, your tiny home, right? How often do we think about the structure itself as the home? But I found myself houseless. And I don't use the word homeless because I don't think that anybody is homeless. I use the word houseless. Even someone that is sleeping on the streets, underneath a bridge, near the highways, wherever, not in a structure, may not own something or rent a place, have a roof over their head. It doesn't mean they're homeless, because there's a whole lot more to that person than you can ever know, right? Where do you come from? So it was really hard 3 years, and not, everything you own is in storage, and you learn to let go. And what I discovered was that that when someone would say, where do you live? There's, well, where am I? Right? That would be my response. Wherever I happen to be standing, wherever I happen to be sitting, because I couldn't point to a literal physical construction. So my home really was whatever I carried around inside me. It wasn't necessarily where my heart was, but it's what I carried around inside me. And it really became something incredibly liberating. Not always easy, but very liberating, because it's homecoming, right? It's this something that's emerging, something that's, I'm on this journey. It's not just the place where I happen to be born, but it's the place or places within me and outside of me where I continue to become myself. So home is so much more than where the heart is. It's so much more than where the heart is. It's the homecoming, right? Home is the homecoming, coming to home. Home is not just the place where I might sleep. It's not just the place where that, where I'm most comfortable. It may not even be the place that I say, I have this sense of belonging. I might not, but it's the coming home. I'm just encouraging you to define home in the way that works for you. I've had to, the term is decolonize, right? I've had to decolonize my thinking and my brain and my body, because we have a culture that says home looks a particular way. It's a structure, right? It's a building, or a tiny home, but home is not that. It might include it, but that is not home. So that's my invitation, is to think of home is more than where the heart is, but it's about coming home. And I don't think coming home, it's not a final destination either. That coming home is just this eternal place, within myself, within the company of others. When I have a sense of my own wholeness, when I'm having a sense of being broken or fractured. Sometimes it's a place of comfort. Sometimes it's a place of rest. Other times it's a place where I'm challenged. Other times coming home is the place that grows my edges, right? The most difficult people in my life are my master teachers. They are my coming home, like they set my very last nerve on edge, right? Sometimes home is where I go to fall apart, to grieve, to mourn, right? Sometimes coming home brings me new awareness, some insight, expands my capacity to meet what life brings me. That's what coming home is. Expanding my ability to meet whatever life brings. Not everything in my life did I create, right? We do this collectively. And there's a lot of things in life that go on outside my control that just suck. Missing Frank today, 20 years has gone by. It just sucks. And it's the place of coming home for me. It's the place that I meet what life brought me. So what does coming home mean to you? I want to tell you about 7 different homecomings, just very briefly, and then we're going to move into a meditation to invite you to look at what coming home means to you. The first is guides, right? We have guides. We all have guides. They're like teachers or mentors, right? That are probably further along this path of coming home than I am. They're the teachers I have of wholeness, of racial and social justice. They're the teachers I have that point out, can witness my whiteness and help me see my whiteness so that I can move through the world doing less harm. They're my teachers that help me understand compassion and encourage me to practice. And what does that mean? Because it's not a feeling, it's a way of being. They're my teachers and mentors and guides that just help, that support me and further me along in my journey of healing and my journey of liberation. They bring me home to encouraging my growth. They see me. Do you have someone in your life that sees you, that really doesn't have to say much? You don't have to say much, and you can see them. They see you. They see right into you, and they love you. They support you. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt, they have your back. You know that. They give you a fuller picture of you, a much fuller perspective, a really expanded view of yourself that at times you probably can't even see. And all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the messed up, the broken, they can help you see all of it and make that part of coming home. Wisdom texts, and I use the word wisdom loosely because you know what? Sometimes there's books and magazines and TV shows that I return to, that any kind of media that brings us home, that gives me a sense of maybe laughter, right? Just like one of my favorites piece of text comes from the movie Steel Magnolias, and it's the scene. There's a scene in there where Sally feels like people are crying, and then someone makes a joke, and Dolly Parton says, laughter through tears is my favorite emotion. That's a sacred text for me. That's a wisdom text because it reminds me of what's emerging. It reminds me that I can hold this expanded view of the world. It's not an either or. That, the tears are from pain and suffering. And it doesn't mean that there isn't laughter or joy with that as well, because my joys and my sufferings are my wholeness. So for some people, the wisdom texts are scripture. It could be Hebrew Testament, could be Christian Testament. It could be the any of the sutras, right? The Dhammapadas. It could be anything. Mark Nepo, the writer Mark Nepo, his writings are wisdom texts for me. There's aspects that things he says that remind me, oh, okay, yeah, I feel supported. I can know myself in countless ways through some of these wisdom texts. Come home to myself. Our community. Your guides are part of your community. And by community, I don't necessarily mean your church or your spiritual community. I am talking about the people that you're with, and they may not even be people you're with day to day. but it's a family of choice. It's your relationships that you've cultivated, people that are moving, kind of walking each other home, right? Moving side by side through the world. So I know I'm not alone. It could be friends. It could be, Reverend Ogan and I refer to each other as, partners in crime and consciousness. He's, a co-conspirator, part of my community. Can be family, whether it's family of choice or, family of origin. It can certainly be your spiritual community. It can be people at work. It could be your best friends, whatever group, but people that are radically honest with you and can, and who you can be fully messy with. That's community. That's a homecoming. One of my favorite homecomings is my ancestors, right? For many white people, there's a huge disconnection to ancestors. I have spent the last several years reclaiming my ancestry. I have an indigenous ancestry, but really I was raised and socialized and moved through the world as a white body. But by going back and connecting to my ancestors, I just expand this, there's more of me. I know more of me, and I know more of my home, and looking at that lineage, whatever that is, European, African, Caribbean, Asian, whatever that ancestry is, they, those that have come before you have instilled compassion. They've instilled, determination. They've instilled love of reading or education. They've instilled your stubbornness, or your creativity, the things about you that are fabulous. And yes, stubbornness can be fabulous, is a coming home, your love of nature, creativity, right? Your ancestors. So connecting to that, coming home to those that came before you that are part of who you are. Earth is, is a homecoming. Knowing my connection to earth, knowing I grew up out of earth, being able to be out in the dirt and the water and connecting to my itty bitty little insignificant self is part of this gigantic planet, this earth that's impermanent, right? But there's also a steadiness and a grounding to it, but recognizing my love and respect for where I come from, right? There's one of those, where do you come from? Earth, right? At some point, I grew up out of earth, wasn't sort of plopped down. Coming home to silence, right? That's one of these homecomings, is silence. First time I went on a silent retreat, I thought I was going to lose my mind. I couldn't believe the amount of noise. I couldn't believe how not silent it was. But in time, I've learned to be comfortable with the silence. I've learned to be comfortable with the quiet, right? I've learned to use the silence as coming home, right? Anybody move through their day and get, arg moments? And sometimes it's 30 seconds, sometimes it's 30 minutes, and it can happen anywhere at any time, with people, with traffic, with pick something, right? I call them arg moments. I can pause, I can stop, I can come home to silence. I can momentarily disconnect from what's going on around me and then re-engage. And when I re-engage from me, from home, right? So silence is a homecoming. And then finally, myself. How do I welcome myself home? All of these homecomings welcome myself more fully to myself. There's all these elements and facets of our identity. I haven't even touched on them all, but these are all ways of coming home. What helps you come home? Home is so much more than where the heart is. When I'm supported by all these homecomings, I more easily show up as this fully human, fully divine Kelly. I'm messy, I'm beautiful, I'm in process, I make mistakes, I'm cranky, I'm loving, I'm hopeful, I'm hopeless, and everything in between. That's what coming home is just embrace myself fully as imperfectly as I am, right? That's coming home, and not with rose-colored glasses, but really, coming home to all that is. And so the next time you see someone that you don't know, or you're meeting someone, if you find yourself thinking, where do you come from? Right? Or where were you born? Or where's your home? Pause for a moment. Maybe ask it a little different way, right? Ask it in a way that embodies coming home. So let's take this into meditation. If you're comfortable, you can close your outer eyes. Or you can just lower your gaze, maybe find something in front of you that you can just have a soft gaze with. So take a breath in and an exhale. And another one, inhale and exhale. So let's start with contemplating the first homecoming of the guide. So reflect on anyone who has been a guide, a teacher, an advisor, an elder. This is not a Rolodex the brain. This is just what emerges. What faces come to mind? What beings in your life have you gone to for guidance and support? And as you see a face emerge, just invite them into the space. Invite them to gather around you in a circle. And just say, welcome. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. And come home to being held by your guides. So we move to the next homecoming, the wisdom texts. What quotes, artistic expression, maybe a song, sacred scripture, any kind of writing that has helped you experience clarity, love, compassion. And if you find a whole lot of things moving through your brain of wisdom text, just pick one. Can't get it wrong. And just invite the essence of those texts into this space. Imagine that they're actually present with you. And say, welcome. Relax. Inhale. And exhale. Come home to being held by your wisdom texts. And our third homecoming is community. What groups, what spaces, where do you experience love or the feeling of acceptance and support? Also, what communities or groups where you feel as if you can love and return that back to others? Where do you feel safe to love? Invite that community or group into this space. Say welcome. Relax. Inhale. And exhale. As you come home to being held by the community. And the next homecoming is your ancestor. Know that your ancestors have wanted just the best for you, wanting you to be happy, wanting you to be safe. You don't even have to know who they are. All you have to do is contemplate that there has been a familial lineage. So invite those beings into this circle. You don't have to know their names, what they look like. And maybe there's some lineages that you feel connected to, of a spiritual tradition, or maybe a tradition of art. So invite that lineage into the circle. Always remembering that you are in the process of becoming an ancestor as well. Relax, inhale, exhale, and come home to being held by the ancestors. Our next homecoming is Earth. Earth sustains life and the lives of countless beings, countless life forms. So bring to life the energy of Earth, which is stability, foundation. Earth is the ground of your experience. Coming home to Earth means touching it, acknowledging it, surrendering to it, and allowing it to hold you. Invite the energy of Earth into your circle and say welcome. Relax. Inhale. Exhale and come home to being held by Earth. Our next homecoming is silence. Reflect for a moment on how important it is to lean into silence, to pause and allow it to hold you. That you can return to it at any time. You can embrace silence as a friend, as a lover that is invested in your health, invested in your well-being. When you want to have the silence come home, you can do a gentle shh. Just gently shh. Allowing the silence to be present. And we invite it into the circle, inhaling and exhaling. As you come home to being held by the silence. And then finally, our last homecoming is yourself. Reflect on your experiences of your mind, of your body. Every moment in your life is valuable, is important, is crucial. Invite all the parts. You don't have to name them all. Just simply from the heart, say, I welcome all parts of myself into my awareness, into the circle. Including the parts of yourself that you may think are too ugly or too overwhelming. or you think just don't belong. To embrace ourselves as a homecoming means that we make sure that we are showing up to being held by the other homecomings. Accept that you are present. Accept that. Say welcome to yourself. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. And come home to yourself. Embrace all of your homecomings. Draw inspiration. Open yourself. Be more vulnerable. Remember that earth is always under your feet. There is always silence offering you space to be with yourself. Your guides, your communities, your ancestors, your lineages bring only goodness. And then finally, there is yourself, being held in this circle of care. We relax, we inhale, and we exhale one more time and say amen and amen.
Home is where the heart is, and my heart is anywhere you are, anywhere you are is home. I don't need a mansion on a hill that overlooks the sea. Anywhere you're with me is home. Maybe I'm a rolling stone who won't amount to much, but everything that I hold dear is close enough to touch. For home is where the heart is, and my heart is anywhere you are, anywhere you are is home. Maybe I'm a rolling stone who won't amount to much, but everything that I hold dear is close enough to touch. For home is where the heart is, and my heart is anywhere you are, anywhere you are is home.
Beautiful song, beautiful song.
That was
Thank you.
Elvis Presley. Wow. Yeah.
Wow, great, thank you. Well, now is a great time to remind ourselves of our abundance and to share that with our tithes and offerings. You can do that by dropping offering in the triangular box in the back of the room, sanctuary, or on the website, or text give 301-918-5625. And now, the love offering blessing, we say it together. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so grateful. And I think I hear voices in the foyer. Yay!
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Yes, you say again.
Can you let go? Can you let go?
Yeah, say happy.
Can you let go?
I already did. Say
Happy Mother's Day! What to do? What to do?
Say
I am the light of the world. As the light. You love as the light. I light. No. No. I light of the world.
Yes, you are. Oh. And we are all the light of the world. So let's say it together. We are the light of the world. We live as the light. And we're going to let these lights shine outside in our playground. Get out this beautiful light energy as you stand together to sing our peace song.
Have a magnificent week, remembering your home and cultivating your circle of love. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.